welcome to this live. Dang, this light is so bright. What's up, everybody? Let me see if I'm in here. Hey, everybody, welcome to this Thursday live. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining this evening. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know where you're joining from. What's up, Rooftop? How are y'all doing tonight? Let me know if you can hear me good. Hold on, I don't know if y'all can hear me good. Hold up. Let me know if that sounds better. Miss you too. What's up, Natural Lisa? I was back last week. Last week was the first week that I was on live. But let me know if y'all can hear me well. And if so, we're going to get into it. What's up, John Ogana? So last week was my first week back live. I've been, laying low for a minute, but I'm back. All right, that's good. Thank you for letting me know. But I'm back. And last week, loud and clear. Last week, I kind of just let y'all know where I've been. I was, laying low. What's up, Dawn? Dawn, you in Paris, right? Are you in Paris? And in the midst of me laying low, I wrote a book or ebook, in the process of writing my other book. But I wrote an ebook, and the book is to help those who are just a little fearful stepping into purpose. Don't necessarily, I'm amazing, thank you. Don't know necessarily what may be holding them back. It's always a mindset. It's always a mindset. It's how we see ourselves that dictates how we behave and therefore what we become. And so I wrote the ebook. It's actually, you can click the link in my bio to get it. It's free. It's a giveaway. And it's really to help those who are looking to become more authentic, because understanding that the more authentic you are, the more you're going to connect with whoever it is that you're called to. And so sometimes we don't recognize the things that maybe we've even been through in life that have caused us to be not as authentic as we can be. We're not allowing our light to shine bright. So click the link in my bio if you would love to get that book. You're welcome, creative. And if you've already downloaded it, I don't know, some of you were on last week, and I definitely seen that there were some downloads. So if you downloaded already and you enjoyed it, definitely let me know in the chat. Feel free to ask me questions. Tonight, I'm going to talk about, some of us, we see, great things in our future. I believe that we're all supposed to see great things in our future. However, though we see it, there's always like this distance between seeing it and actually like living it, right? And so many times what I feel like has been a disconnect, even for me, not for everybody, but just for me, is recognizing my role, my responsibility, my ability to respond to becoming that version to match that vision. And so, through the last, I think I've been gone for about 4.5 months. And these last 4.5 months, I was just like, okay, I know that God is calling me to a different place. I know he's calling me to a higher place. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have a high calling on us. But at the same time, I'm not going to really be able to achieve it if I'm not willing to make the necessary changes. And so, a lot of times we're so programmed into who we've always been that we don't realize that there is almost like a tape recorder going on in our brains that causes us to continually think the way that we think, that causes us to continually behave the way we behave. And so I had went back to an old book that I was reading, and I had it for a few years. I read it during the pandemic, but I brought it back out because I realized that it was my habits that God was coming for. My habits, right? And so sometimes we want certain things, and I do believe it's like we can have it, but have we checked our habits? What are we doing habitually on a day-to-day basis that's either keeping us exactly where we are? Because if we keep doing the same thing today that we did yesterday, our tomorrow will forever be the same. What's keeping us here? What's keeping us going in circles? What is it that we're unaware of? So earlier today, I did affirmations with our staff at the salon, right? And so we do them every Thursday because what I'm really trying to help them understand is like, it's our responsibility. What do you see? Is it authentic to you? Did God give you this vision? You know, because sometimes they'll write affirmations say, I want to be a billionaire. And I think that's great. But did he call you to that? Right? But what do you see? Is it authentic to you? And what is your responsibility in becoming that person that fits that vision? What up, y'all? So today when we did the affirmations, one of the stylists, I was just so proud of her because over the last few months that we've been doing these affirmations, what I was really trying to help them understand is that, yeah, you can have this affirmation, but how are you going to get there? Like, what is your responsibility? Like, what is the actionable things? And sometimes we have affirmations and we have no action items. What are we doing daily? And so the young lady in the salon, she had wrote some bomb affirmations. She was like, I have a day every week that I go over my finances, or I have a day every week that I'm checking my systems for myself. I miss you too, Braid Zone. And so, you know, I just thought that was so dope because it's starting to click. And so for me, I had wrote some affirmations, some new ones, because I feel like I get a new set of affirmations like every couple of months. What's up, Tanisha? Not every couple months, sorry, every couple years, because there's a new level of revelation that I've got about myself that my habits have not caught up to, that my belief system has not caught up to. And so now I need to go in and re-engineer and change that. And so I wrote some new affirmations. And one of them, y'all, it's the simplest thing. I actually know it by heart. I am structured, organized, tidy, and disciplined. Now, mind you, I'm not trifling, but I have ways where I'm just like, you know, I live by myself. So I'm going to leave my jacket, you know, somewhere and not hang it up. But I'm like, you know, I want to get to another level of tidiness for myself. But I can't just allow that to be a thought in my mind. I actually need to keep it at the top of my mind. Right? And so this affirmation, I'm saying it every morning and every night, is making me aware of who I'm called to become. And it was so crazy. It was like within like a week of me saying that. Hold up, y'all. I'm a homegirl calling. What's up, Stasha? Hey, I'm on live. I'm going to call you back.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. All right. I'm structured, organized, tidy, responsible, and disciplined. And so there are levels of responsibility. There are levels of discipline that I just know that I can't get to that place without it. I just can't even get to that place without it. So now, because I'm bringing myself to this awareness on a daily basis. So first thing when I wake up and when I go to sleep at night, I'm reminding myself of this woman that I am called to become. And now when I read it, it's almost like, okay, if I'm saying this about myself, what am I actually doing that's actually in alignment with this person? Or am I just lying to myself? Am I going to just say this for 2 weeks straight, 3 weeks straight, knowing daggone well I wasn't responsible in this area, I wasn't disciplined in this area, I wasn't tidy in this area? And so the second part of that was, I got mad affirmations, right? And so I think it's great to say, you know, I earn X amount of dollars per year, or I do this, or I do that. And we're talking about the end product of that, or the byproduct of that. But it's the habits, it's the consistent discipline that we bring ourselves to, that we hold ourselves accountable to, that's actually going to yield the results. And so I just want to know, where are y'all at with overriding your old program? What are you called to be responsible for in this season of your life? It's a question. Because if we keep living today like yesterday, our tomorrow's going to forever be the same. And so I said, I got to do something different. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, I told everybody last week, I'm a free spirit. Listen, I do what I want, when I want, how I want. I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. And so I've been used to just kind of moving as I please. And I realized that though there is a benefit to that, and there's, a great part of me that I still need to be free, but there's a discipline that was lacking. And so as I realized, like, okay, I'm not necessarily needing to change inherently who I am, but I still need to understand the discipline that needs to take place. And I think when we hear the word discipline, like, I think punishment. Probably just for being a child. Like, when we were disciplined, it was something that was not necessarily pleasant, right? But now we're adults and we are called to be self-disciplined. And it's the discipline that actually achieve and attain and sustain the growth that God wants to bring us to. And so in the smallest areas of my life, what I realized is that my mind would easily just say, oh, I don't feel like doing that. Based on how I feel. Oh, I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like doing that. But now, because I'm reminding myself of this person I'm becoming, and I have these affirmations and I'm saying them daily, when I go to, even if it's something like washing my dishes at night, and I just be like, it's just a couple forks. It's just a bowl. I don't feel like doing that. I won't go downstairs. No, I'm not going to allow myself to do that, because I'm changing and I'm building a muscle. And because if I change this small area of my life and I choose to do this, it's going to travel over into other areas of my life. And so I think it's really important that we make these assessments for ourselves, because if we change our habits, we can have it. If we become aware of who we're being and the way that we're moving, we'll recognize that, I have a habitual way of just telling myself, I don't feel like it. And every day you don't feel like it. And because you don't feel like it, now things are never going to get done. And so in the last, I want to say 4 months, I started these new affirmations about 4 months ago, 3 months ago. When I say I'm so proud of myself, when I say my standard of living is different, when I say, and listen, this is not a slight thing, like this is a real thing. This is the thing. When you say something to yourself and you hold yourself to a standard and you keep that commitment to yourself, at this point you could trust yourself. Because some of us, we have low self-esteem. Some of us have low self-worth because we can't even trust ourselves. It's one thing for somebody to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, or they give their word and they don't hold that word. But it's another thing when you don't do that for yourself. Oh, this year I'm gonna do this, and that, and then 6 months down the road, nothing has been achieved, and now you're feeling horrible within yourself, all because you didn't keep the word that you said to yourself. You didn't keep the commitment to yourself. So what commitments are we going to begin to actually say and we're going to keep to, and understand that, like, I'm telling y'all, when I keep the smallest of commitments to myself, I just be so proud. One, I'm keeping the commitment to, okay, let me just give y'all one. Let's just say something small, like I'm going to floss my teeth every night. Because sometimes I just be like, I don't feel like it. Right? But now when I'm keeping this commitment and I'm like, girl, I'm just so proud of you. The smallest of commitments that we make to ourselves. Are y'all with me? Because I'm so proud of myself. Listen, after I say my affirmations and I even like ask myself, like as I'm saying them, I'm like, okay, my friendships are growing beautifully. Okay, did I call my friends? Sasha, if you still are here, I'm like, let me do a check and see, like, did I reach out to my loved ones? Am I being true to the things that I'm actually saying to myself? What areas of your life do you really want to see grow? Are you willing to make a commitment to yourself and keep it? See, because when you change your habits, you can have it. So if y'all have just got on here, I wrote an ebook. It's called Authentically Bold. It's essentially the path to stepping into your purpose. And the things that we may allow ourselves to be blocked by. So I was inspired to write it. Y'all can go download it for free. Just click the link in my bio and you can go ahead and download that ebook. But it's really my heart and I believe my God-given purpose and assignment to help people identify who they are inherently, right? And how to step fully and authentically and boldly in that thing. So if that's you and you feel like that resonate with you, go ahead and download it, because we don't recognize the things that are holding us back. And sometimes they're mental, sometimes they're environmental, right? The clutter. Can't read the read. All right. I'm there with you, breaking up the old habits. The clutter. Hey, May Moves. What's up, Yana? So along with this whole process of me creating some new affirmations, right? I was just like, there are just, how many of y'all got a drawer in your house that got so much miscellaneous things in there? It's just like, why? And I don't even go in that drawer. And when I do, I only go in there to put some more miscellaneous things in there. Is it just me? Is it just me? And so one day I just went in this drawer and I just was like, why do I have this stuff? These ketchup packets and barbecue packets, first of all, they expired. I'm not gonna be using any of that stuff. And so I was like, I gotta get rid of this stuff. Why am I holding on to dead weight? Why am I not why am I almost being blind to it? And so I just started decluttering that drawer. Then as I just started to declutter one drawer, I started decluttering another drawer. And then I went into a closet and I was just like, oh my goodness, I feel so much lighter. And what's crazy is it's not even like I got a crazy like cluttered house. It's just like it's cluttered in closets. It's cluttered in corners and areas that I don't even see on a day-to-day basis. But when that stuff got up and packed up and out of my house, I felt so light. How many of us are feeling heavy because of the things that we're holding on to, whether it's mental or environmental? So uncluttering is a habit for me. As soon as listen, ain't nothing staying in my trunk. Like new year, new me. Soon as I see an area that is not in alignment with this new version of me, it's literally like it does not even align with my new identity. It has to go. And I'm like, who is this person I'm becoming? But it started with me recognizing who I was called to be, who God was, he's calling me higher to a higher standard. And now looking in my life and recognizing what doesn't align with that standard. What's up, Ebony Shunda? What don't align with the standard? Anywho, y'all go download my ebook. Download my ebook. If you got questions, put them in the chat. Thank you all for joining me this evening. But we're called higher. And the thing is, like, when we unclutter our minds and we unclutter our environments, now we can receive. Oh, now we can hear. Now we got space. Some of us, we're so boggled in our mind. Let me give y'all a real life, because I got to make this like very plain and real for you. I never used to live by a planner. Never. I was just like, I keep everything in my brain. And I realized that was not serving me. I would be on my balcony, y'all, and I would get a phone call from Massage Envy and be like, hello, yeah, we had you scheduled for an appointment 15 minutes ago. You had a 90-minute massage. I'm on my balcony chilling. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I had to hurry up and get my stuff together and go. And I'm realizing I'm missing appointments because of my bad habits. I'm missing things that I actually would enjoy because I'm unwilling to create the structure that's going to facilitate me being prepared and me understanding where my day is going. And see, we don't really understand not even some of the practical things. The practical things of order and structure and discipline is all God. He's intentional. God is a God of discipline. God is a God of order. And so me being unwilling to come into alignment with this order, you know what I'm saying, is messing me up. Now I'm missing massages. I was like, oh, we can't do this no more. So when the loss became greater than the potential gain, I was like, oh, I got to change. Let me say that again. When the loss becomes greater than the potential gain, we got to change. I can't be now I done paid for 90 minutes and I get 65. 60. All because I'm trying to keep everything here. So I can't even receive anything because I'm trying to remember everything and I'm forgetting everything. That may not be for everybody. Most of y'all probably been living by a planner, not me. I'm thinking I'm just going to remember everything. I'm like, we get too old for that. I don't remember. And I don't need to remember. I'm going to dump everything out of my mind. So any responsibility that comes to my mind, any appointment that I have, like it's got to go on paper so I can be freed up. And so we wonder why we're weighed down mentally is because we have the clutter in our minds. We have what's the word I want to say? We have undealt with, unconfronted conversations that we're supposed to have. And so we got this emotional tab open in our brain. We have this emotional tab open in our hearts and our minds and our spirits because we're unwilling to have the conversation. You only hurting yourself. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger, and it's only because he be dealing with me. However, now. Yeah. So in order for us to have it, we have to change our habits. We have to change, and some people are on the other end of the spectrum. They're so structured and everything has to be to a T and everything has to be that they don't have no room for God to move. So you're either on one end of the spectrum or the other. But it's like, how can we come to the middle? But I'm telling y'all, that discipline, it'll bless you. It'll bless you because not only are you doing the things that you said you were going to do, you're keeping the commitment to yourself, but even the act of doing it, it's like your future self is thanking you for that. Thank you for flossing so we don't get this toothache, so we ain't got to get a root canal. There's these endorphins and dopamine and serotonin going off because you're keeping the commitment to yourself, yes, but also because you actually feel good in the moment. What's up, Confetti? I miss you too. Yeah, y'all. That's all I really came to say. That's me. I need that discipline. Listen, we all do. And there's a greater degree of discipline. I used to be offended when my father used to tell me that I wasn't disciplined because I'm just like, what you talking about? I got a business. How I'm not disciplined and I'm an entrepreneur? Clearly, I got to be disciplined. But no, there's a higher level. I'm going to do it whether I feel like it or not. And so, I was like, God, I'm so grateful that I'm experiencing this discipline in my natural life. I'm decluttering the house. I'm getting things out. I'm giving things away. I'm, keeping these commitments to myself. But I really want to be able to see that in my spiritual life. And I think the thing that we have to be mindful of is that we got to be patient with our process. Because what we're doing is we're working and we're developing a muscle. And so now it's like, okay, because I'm telling myself that you're going to do it no matter what, because it's for your good. Now I'm able to tell myself in areas where it's just like, okay, if I want to read for an hour before I go to sleep, I'm not overriding that. I even hear myself now say to myself, oh, I don't feel like it. And it's like, girl, what? Did you just say that to yourself? Oh, I'm not even listening to that voice no more. We're going to do it regardless, even if we do it for 5 minutes. I'm going to sit on this couch and I'm going to read my word. And then you get off, and then you do what you need to do, and you be like, it wasn't even that hard. It didn't even take that long. That mental level is the real. Come on now. Let's win the battle in our minds. Let's win the battle in our minds first. And I'm telling y'all, we going to win. In the end, we going to win. It's already a fixed game. But the level that you're going to experience in this realm, on this side of things, is going to be contingent on what you're willing to do. Are you willing to do what the other 99% are unwilling to do? Don't be hard on yourself. Look, listen, when I do have those days where I'm just like, I don't feel like it, and I hear that voice in my brain, and I'm still like it's not to say that I'm perfect, but it's to say that, dang, I'm not who I'm unrecognizable to myself. Because even if I miss a day, I'm going to get right back to it. Listen, I was trying to make so many changes in every area of my life. I was like, I'm about to become this new woman. I was like, while I'm not on live right now, while I ain't on social media, I'm about to become this new woman. So I'm looking at my emotional side of me, my mental side of me, my physical side, my every area of my life. And I'm like, okay, how can I enhance every area of my life based on these habits that I'm going to keep? And so one of the good things that happened, I was like, I haven't had a TV in my house in over 15 years. And I just ain't had no TV because I don't watch TV, and I'm not a movie person. And so I literally just bought a TV like 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago, somewhere around there. Well, no, it was after Christmas. And what was great about it was I was just like, dang, I've been like not wanting to go to the gym. Like one of my affirmations is I move daily or I move weekly, because I think the way that we have even looked at physical exercise has been like this big old, we got to go work out for an hour and we got to work out hard. And I'm just like, that's just not how I'm feeling. But I do want to move. I do want blood circulating. I do want the air circulating within my body. And so I end up, I was like, man, I could just go to YouTube. All I got to do is come upstairs, turn YouTube on, find somebody that's doing a 15-minute workout. I could do that for 15 minutes. I can at least do that for 15 minutes. But what happened was I was trying to change every area of my life all at one time. I did get a little overwhelmed. I was like, listen, that's too much at one time. So I fell off my workout routine, but I'm about to be back on it. But I say that to say, yes, give yourself grace, because this is a race. The Bible says the race is not given to the swift, but to those that what? Endure. So take your time in your process, but just make sure that you're doing something that's actually enhancing your life and that you are holding yourself to a higher standard. I press towards the mark of the high calling. Yeah, y'all. It's good to be back. I'm glad that you all joined me tonight. If you're just jumping on, download my Authentically Bold ebook. It is free. You can click the link in my bio to get it. I pray that it blesses you. I pray that it brings you to another level of growth and expansion, because we're not called to be small. We're not called to hide. We're not called to go, you know what I'm saying? Like play the back, so to speak. Yeah, some people are maybe not meant to be the face of or to be whatever, but you are called to do your work. We all have a work. And if you're unaware of your work, or if you're unwilling to do your work, maybe it's because of the lack of boldness. Maybe it's because, maybe you haven't spent time in his presence to find out. Like there are some things that we have to do. There's a responsibility for us. And so for those of you who truly believe that I'm here for a purpose, I may not know exactly what it is, or I know what it is and I'm just not ready or I'm afraid, right? I hope that this ebook blesses you. It ain't nothing major, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little something light, it's just a little light something, but it is free. And, but it costs me. It costs me, but it's free to you. But, if there are no questions tonight, thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Naturalisa. Thank you, Wellness. Thank you all for joining. I will be back next Thursday, somewhere around this time. I can't guarantee a time. And maybe I can guarantee a time, but you know, I'm working on keeping my word on that. So I don't want to give y'all a word and be like, listen, just know it's Thursday evening around this time. You can get the ebook by clicking the link in my bio. It is, I think the link is essencechinalive.com, but just click the link in the bio. It'll take you directly to it. And you can download that immediately. And love you, Yana. And I will see y'all next week. If you have any questions, thoughts, topics you want me to cover, feel free to send me a DM in the DM. And I'll see y'all next week. Y'all take care. Have a blessed night. Peace. Bye, y'all.